All right, hello everybody, and welcome in to Observing Consciousness. We're so happy to be here on this fall equinox, autumn equinox. The light and the dark is at the balance point today. It's the second harvest of the season, and we have our special guest today, Godfrey, John Godfrey. He is one of my teachers. He is the teacher for me, and I'm just really excited that he's here. He is a Qigong master, bodywork master, energy, light healing master of all shapes and sizes, and he just calls himself a reminder now. I always call him a healer because that's what we call healers, which he is exponentially, but he calls himself a reminder now, and he will explain what that's all about as we get into it. And DJ, what would you like to say?
Well, we did so before we started this, we did a Qigong, how do you say it? Qigong session that you guys can check out. It's energy work, and that's kind of my first question is explain this practice to me, from somebody that doesn't really know anything about this type of practice and this type of work.
Okay, this would be called Qigong. And Qigong is Qi is energy and Gong is movement. So it's really learning or remembering that you are already one with the earth and the sun. If we're just trying to get our hands, feet, body, mind, and soul to get back in sync with that. So that you are always a perpetual column of light connected to the earth and the sun.
So does this also like open up, blocked energy? I mean, people hear about having energy that's blocked up inside of them. This is also about opening up the blocked energy and letting the energy flow freely through you, so you connect more to your surroundings, Earth, basically the Gaia.
Yeah. And it's what it's all about, is your connection with the earth and the sun, and then your family and your people you work with, and all humans and animals and winged ones, swimmers and crawls. So it's just focusing, loving thyself unconditionally. And you're adding, your hands are going, okay, I'm going to love myself today. Here we go. I'm going to draw in earth, light, love, peace, and joy, and share it with the sun. And the sun simultaneously fills my column, my being of light, all the way straight through to the earth. And so that I am always in a perpetual support system that's lifting me up, but it's also bringing gravity. So this is about balancing your levity and your gravity consciously in your body.
And is that something that you physically can feel, or is this something that you imagine? Like how do you envision it, and what is it like for you?
It's a combination of things. It's taking your intentions and matching them with your hands. So there's an energy in all things. So if you took the energy of all pain or suffering or all your anger in you breathed it in and said, okay, I don't know if I really like that anymore, so I'd like to see it, thank it, forgive it, love it so much that I could tighten up through how anger, rage, fury made me feel, to let it go. And that's how you work through it.
Well, so my understanding of energy is anywhere where you put attention is where energy's at. So if you put your intention into letting go of something, you're putting your energy into letting go of that energy. You're letting go. So it's all about. So when you're working with your energy, it's about the intention on your mind when you're going through these motions.
Right.
So it's about really being connected to what you're talking about and feeling the emotion of that, not so much trying to connect. The energy will come, I think, as you practice more of it, you get more in tune with your own energy and feeling some of these things. But initially, what you should be trying to do is just connect with the emotion and be thinking about what you're actually trying to do, and not just going through a motion of, these motions don't really matter. It's about what the intention is behind the motions.
Yeah, so Qigong is you're pulling up and simultaneously down, like 48 points from your 10 toes, 2 feet, 10 fingers, 2 hands, perineum, anus, urethra, top of your head, 2 ears, nostrils, mouth. It's like 49 places. And you're literally just taking all that love assimilating all that wasn't love, and then you take me past it, all the while you're still about to share it all with the sun. The more you play with it, the more you are going to feel this tingle, this frequency that's always been around you.
Yes.
But you may feel it more now. That's really what I like about Qigong. Like a sense will come. I was in Sedona, and my clients were on this vortex, and I was like, as you let go, you can fill in with love. And the light was, I could see my light, and she could see her light together.
Wow.
I did grab the camera and try and capture it, but it
Of course not. Of course not.
But it was light. And every being is a being of light. And so I go across the country from the East Coast. I live in Wichita. Now I'm on my West Coast. And here in Vegas with you two, three beautiful souls.
Woo!
It's
I'm so grateful that you're here. Just by the way, when I shared during my podcast, when I was introducing myself, or our podcast, but the one about me, that we were introducing me and DJ and Alethea, when I was bringing up going through that dark night of the soul, going through that that really turning point, transition point in my life, where I was going from I'm acting and I'm rock star and I'm all these things that I thought I was being and I wanted to be and I was doing, which was amazing, and then things just kind of crumbled and I went through that dark. Do you remember me talking about that?
Definitely.
So as I was going through that, I was seeking that. I was searching that. I had experienced all these different healing modalities.
You were seeking healing, is what you're saying? You were seeking the healing?
Yeah. I was seeking all these different. Well, I had already been experiencing all these healing modalities, but really at that point where I was like really at the rock bottom point and feeling like the darker than dark, like why am I even alive? That's when I started seeking light and light answers. And I had been feeling the light coming in, starting to, as I put my awareness on seeking that, I could feel it starting to come in. And that's when Godfrey came into my life and showed me, you can cut these cords, sister. You don't have to carry all this stuff around, girl. And I was like, thank you for reminding me that I am a light being and that I can share this. Thank you so much. And through many more dark nights of my soul, continuing on from that one, which was the first heavy one, but like, you go through these little ones on your journey, like over and over, it seems like. And Godfrey has really gotten me through a lot of those transition times in my life where I really needed to, I needed help letting go and releasing certain energy and thoughts and patterns that were ingrained in me, in my DNA, in my thought process, in my emotions, in every cell of my body.
Yeah.
So speaking of that, what are some of your other modalities? What else do you use besides Qigong?
So when I'm doing a healing session, you mean?
Well, just in your general modalities, I mean, you have an array at your disposal of what you're going to use and when you're going to use them and what situations you're in. So walk us through some of the different ones you use and situations you might use them in.
I pretty much figure eight them all in.
Okay.
So a Qigong master, a shaman, a Reiki master, a higher brain technician, and all those just open this view that there is no one way, and that the only thing you're really here to do is heal yourself.
Well, there's no one way because this is belief. Everything is based on your belief system. If you believe it's true, then it's true, and if you believe it's not true, then it's not true, and that's true for all of us. And we can all be individuals in this objective world, and subjectively, it's just completely different for us. And that's like the beauty, the art, the anger, the bitterness that comes from all of it, the love that comes from all of it. Like that's all that all makes so much sense. You just intertwine it all together. So what are your what would you say? So Qigong, you do this in groups. Now I know for myself today, I got my first chance to sit down with you, or not sit down with you, but I had a session with you where you did I'll call it body work. I feel like it was probably more versed in energy work than it was body work. It wasn't a lot of massage. It was feeling where things were at, felt where the muscles were tight. A series of questions that were just basically got me into a deep breathing pattern, and then we're asking me questions of basically my higher self. Just a question, hey, what do you see here? And it wasn't a matter of what do I know. It didn't matter. It was just what do you see, which was very interesting. But what I took away, one of the biggest things I took away from working with you today was limiting belief. Like I've been working with my own limiting beliefs, and it's like I got into some I've talked about before, theta healing, and the ability to heal yourself with your mind, because all things happen through your mind, and it's like the placebo effect is healing yourself with your mind. It's believing that something is helping you, and you get help. That we're all
how
working,
powerful you are.
That's how powerful belief is. Like that's what, and we're working with beliefs. So everybody, as we're working through my limiting beliefs. When I got to work with you today, I had a completely different experience, and I've had I don't feel like I have a lot of limiting beliefs. I've talked pretty openly about my ayahuasca experiences and doing mushrooms, and I can channel and talk to my guides, and I can channel for other people and talk to their guides. So I don't feel like I have a lot of limiting beliefs. But something opened up within me today with the energy work that happened with I had a total belief in what Godfrey was doing, what you were doing, but I didn't understand. I didn't know what was capable, what's possible until you don't know what you don't know. And I didn't realize this energy portal. I feel like I'm already a pretty powerful being, and I felt like a completely different level of power and communication and openness, and just I felt like I came out of a full-blown psychedelic experience, and I was on the waning side of it as I was coming out of the body work or the energy session today. And it was extraordinary. Like anybody that if you have the limiting belief and you're not sure about the energy work, come into something like this with an open mind that what's the moving energy around you is possible, and I think you'd be amazed at what can happen through a session with somebody.
Wasn't it?
It was incredible. There was a point where I actually got tears started falling when he got down to my feet. I had some stuff that was going on there, some just old past stuff, from when I was a little kid that I just came up and I was like, oh, I know what that. I had no idea what the pain in my feet was from, but as I'm going through this, I can see that. I'm like, oh, that's from that. It's like release.
So everything is locked in a cell. Every event of your life, and in that cell, there was an event that occurred that was supposed to bring wisdom to you. Now, didn't always go the way you wanted to. So there's an emotion that got attached to it, and then the people who caused it. But then around the event, the people and the emotions, and even the wisdom, there's also a story. That story is what is feeding your little lower brain to keep you in a fight or flight state. We want you connecting with your higher brain, that 95%. So that's why we're doing this stop in the flow. Thumbs go across 3 fingers, which happens to represent all your lines and meridians. Your intention, if you go and stop all that pain, something you go way past it, and then flick it, and then set it free, then you're opening to have even more. Place that is unconditional like you'd want. So I share that it's all an inside job. Only you can heal yourself.
I love how you noticed that, DJ, oh, that's what I was holding on to in that space, the memory of the pain in your foot. I experienced that with a session with Godfrey years and years and years ago. He was getting into that calf, and I was like, oh, what is going on there? And then to release the trigger, it was like this anger came out. And then I saw why I had the anger, and then I saw why I had been having certain dreams about anger toward this certain person, and why I had this anger toward this person. I saw it all, and it was all because it was just resting in these calves.
Yeah, I call them tiny bubbles.
Tiny bubbles.
There we go.
So, so I feel like there's an interesting connection that we had when I came out of, in the moment. I tried very hard to be present and just breathe and listen to what you were saying and be in that moment. When I came out and I had an opportunity to kind of look back and reflect, I felt like at a higher level, you and I had a connection. There was something that was going on above there. What's that like for you? What's happening on your end?
Well, that's kind of why I do it. That tingling, that happens when we're at that level, that's not just body, mind, soul. That starts going into the ether. So when that starts happening, you really want to have that connection to the earth and the sun, so it's not overwhelming.
Interesting. So that brings me to really my next question, which is, how did you get started down this path, and what did it start like for you? Like, what, you feel you've been in this line of work you've been healing for 30 years? 37 years. So you've got a different feeling 37 years later than you had on year one when you decided you were a healer. What was it like? What were these feelings like for you now compared to what you feel now versus then?
Now it's actually even more fun and lighter. And I'm not exhausting myself, and I'm watching people walk away 3 inches taller, almost bouncing. And that's the goal. My goal is to help every person remember that they are the light of the world. They are one with the sun and the moon. They are one with all beings. And that all you may be here to do is unconditionally come back to loving yourself. So all the Qigong does help you get back to loving yourself, and then adding in the earth, and then the sun, and then all the people.
I think it's really important to point out, like when we talk about unconditional love, there's a definition for that. Like a lot of people have their own definitions of unconditional love. It means this, it means this. If somebody wrongs you though, it's like unconditional love doesn't have anything to do with that. It's unconditional love is the same idea as pure love, which I've said before, which is acceptance of another person without judgment. And that when unconditional love of yourself is the same thing. It's pure love of yourself, unconditional love, acceptance without judgment of who you are. If you don't like who you are, change it, but you're not judging yourself. Accept who you are. Accept you love yourself fully. And you find when you can't accept who you are, that the people around you, they don't bother you as much. Like you're not so judgmental because you're so comfortable with yourself that it doesn't matter. You just realize they're on their own thing, doing their own, like they've got their own path that they're on, and you don't have to interact with them. You can stay on just your path and not worry about theirs.
Yeah.
So that's fascinating. So what was life like before you got into healing, and what crossed over? Like, why did you even get into this line of work?
Good question. I don't know. If I went back to childhood, I think as a kid, I just happened to notice that everyone was this beautiful light being. And I could see it in every person. And I'd be like going up to people and I'm like, God, you have such a beautiful light.
Aww.
And then, I started hearing you're crazy.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh.
And then so you back off.
So what age did that start?
5. Just the wonder of it all. I just could see, the whole thing was just a wondrous kaleidoscope of full spectrum light. And it was like, how fun. I'm happier every minute of my life rather than thinking about my life.
So none of us can feel what anybody else can feel.
No.
We have this vocabulary we can try to explain to each other, and then we say, oh yeah, I felt something like that. So when people see things like you're talking about a full spectrum of color, it makes me stop and wonder. Like, I have an idea of what a full spectrum of color is because that means something to me. I wonder what it means to you and how you see color and like differently than what some of the rest of us might see it. Or even if you do.
When I'm saying the full spectrum natural rainbow light, it's every color of the spectrum whites out everything.
Oh wow.
And so, but that color is still there on different angles. All.
Oh wow.
So it's always stimulating your body to your infiniteness, not the smallness or the limitedness. So with your breath, every answer is literally accessible in that's what you needed to remember. To remember that, wow, I'm one with the earth and sun. That means I'm And when you start doing that, it helps lighting up everyone around you. And so every time I do that healing work with a person and their energy tingles and vibrates, it's them and their breath that did it. I just said, let's try it out. Check it out. What can go wrong?
Reminding.
Yeah, reminding of
So-
your brilliance is really how I look at it.
So if you're going to put it in a nutshell, what people walk away when they walk away from a session with you is they walk away realizing that they know what they already kind of knew, but you reconnect them with their own energy, you clear their energy, reconnect them with the sun, reconnect them with the earth, give them words of wisdom and encouragement and pure love and unconditional love of yourself and letting go of all the angers and hurt. And really at the end of the day, like all of our, our beliefs, all of our angers, everything that we have coming in, that we get angry at somebody, it's like we learn to be angry about that thing from somebody else.
Exactly.
Our parents, between the ages of 0 and 7, our brains operate in theta state. We're only open to suggestion.
You're a
We're not
sponge.
we're not making, we don't challenge anything. That's why Santa Claus is real. That's so everything we learn in there, we're making a foundation for what turns into our subconscious, and we operate on autopilot. Like our brains are using the least amount of energy possible and still processing all these informations, all these inputs that come in. And some of us just learn, sometimes that, when somebody wrongs you, that you just turn your back on them, you never talk to them again, you never forgive them. Other people learn that you give people several chances. Other people learn, there's the full spectrum of you never get mad and you stay angry all the time.
Right.
And you can be any one of those, but you got to realize you can be whichever one you want to be, but one you're choosing right now on autopilot.
Correct.
That's the one that you don't like. You learn that one from somebody else.
That's
Until you
why
challenge yourself and you're like challenge yourself to show pure love, acceptance without judgment. That's when you can truly let somebody be themselves. If you're not judging them, you're not going to be angry about anything they do anyways.
No.
Right? It's the anger is judgments of yourself and
Yeah.
all these other things you're working out. But
Attachment and
it's all just bullshit you learned
but
when you
it's
were a kid.
also outcome. We're looking for something. That to me, unconditional love is here's all I got.
Well, we're looking for something because we were taught to look for something. It's not because
Right.
we didn't know that. When we
And
come
I'm
out
really
of the womb,
saying it's in you. I swear to God.
Yeah,
You
when-
told me. No.
I mean, if you think about it, when we come out, we're afraid. We're afraid of loud noises, and we're afraid of falling, and that's it. Everything else we learn to be either afraid of or like. We learn that from experience, from
Absolutely.
other people and interactions, and that's
That's what Qigong and my bodywork is about. Is that I'm going to take all that experience, and you and I are literally going to press it like charcoal to diamond. Flake it first, so you detach. Play, then you're open to receive even more. And so holding that light is what needs to happen for everyone. Because everyone, as we're holding light, it's igniting their light. And so it's just a bunch of beings, like you said. I like talking about, what if we're just ants constantly, just doing, building, growing.
So we were having a conversation earlier where I was saying, we look at the development around the place where I live, and I said, if you just thought of us like an ant colony, like somebody was up above looking down on us, and you just look at what we're doing, it's like the ants just keep building stuff. We're just always building and moving and making stuff, and it's like, it would be fascinating to just observe from a high level if we didn't have any interaction with like our communication between each other. We just watched how, every day people go to work and we're in this interesting society, and we just go through these emotions. And if you, like at a high level, you realize it's very autopiloted. We're all taught to do that.
Yeah.
If we all were allowed to do the thing we wanted to do, most of us probably wouldn't be doing the thing we're doing. You know what I mean? Like it's everything's very suggested to us when we're young. We just run with it,
It's a train.
So it's like the ants just keep doing what the ants do. It's like I wonder, are we just on the?
do what you do.
We're so autopiloted. So it's fun to break out, and it's fun to not fun, but I mean it's also important to break out.
Yeah.
And reconnect ourselves, because the earth, there's the shoes, the souls. When we disconnect from the earth's energy, we don't ground, and there's science behind grounding and behind what the earth energy can revibrate. Help revive your body and regenerate cells within you and stuff like that. It's so important to be connected with this stuff and to be open to it. And so, in your practice, like, what do most people walk away from? Coming in with limiting beliefs or unlimiting beliefs, do people walk away even if they walked in and they're like, I'm not even sure this energy work is that real? Do they still walk away from your sessions and go, oh, I found something out? Or do you get many people that go, nothing for me, man, none?
Yeah. There's I can do nothing at all, and I can do the
What you did for me.
conscious journey it is,
Yeah.
And it's all an inside job. So
It's all within.
only you can do it.
Yeah,
But
that's-
I can dance around and go, yeah,
You can suggest.
let's see it, thank it, forgive it. That means I'm taking it from every dimension I can get at it. Like usually about 8 of them. So you feel supported and you go, well, that was unforgivable. Or, well, maybe I could forgive it now. And then we're breaking all curses, spells, facing it, seeing it, taking your intention in all 8 ways, reverting it, untwisting it, and it pops open into like beautiful circles that holds that column of light that you are and have always been and will always be. So now your breath brings the glue together. And then when you're getting your hands, my hands are always a tornado. So that I don't draw anything from anyone. I only want the highest good for them, me, and everyone. That we have this miracle healing that is, because there's really nothing to do. To absolutely flip that on another axis is that you're already a 5th dimensional being. You are already creating heaven on earth exactly as you need. That's kind of like after 37 years, maybe over 20,000 beautiful souls I've been blessed to pray and play with. I find that I came up with a few things. And the first thing is that you are divine and perfect as is. The second is that you've done it all perfectly. So if you start breathing in, I'm divine and perfect as is, and that I did it all perfectly, all sun, your cells, body, mind, soul are working together. Now, the third thing is that you are a column of light, connected to the earth and sun, walking, sitting, cooking, cleaning, singing, working, driving.
I'll tell you, ladies, it has helped me many times when I like the light.
I
You like
like
that?
that.
You can open it.
I'm going to be doing that.
When I'm
That's
chopping,
what I was talking
and
about.
you know the kids, and you're tired
I
at
like
the
it.
end of the day, and you're like, there.
You can just take a squat,
Take that breath.
look at the sun real quick,
Look at the
take
sun.
that light in, and let that full spectrum natural rainbow light white out. Aim is keeping you from having the best day ever.
Yes.
And for people that are like
Amen.
that don't like, if you want to connect, just put intention. If you don't understand Qigong or you don't know where to go grab it immediately, you can just put intention into these things.
Yeah.
There's
Every word
no,
we say.
like the magic in there. We gave this a name, but this is just energy moving around. It's opening up ourselves and connecting ourselves back to the earth.
Correct.
There's a very simplistic way of putting this. So you don't have to, you don't have to be super educated in all of the nuance of it. You need to understand that your mind is in charge of energy. Where you put your intention, or where you put your attention is where your energy is at, and you can move your energy with your mind, and you can reconnect, open these things up by just talking yourself through opening these things up. Just like you don't have to use the exact verbiage, but you can do it in any way you want. The important thing is getting your energy reconnected, so you can feel yourself again, so you can let these things open up.
And then the easiest way that you do it is actually do your breath. I go so far to actually tell everyone every answer they're thinking about, which is causing them to forget to breathe, and not get to the truth of that answer, is compressing their body. Now, every exhale, is releasing the people, the events, the emotion, taking in that wisdom and letting the story go. And they have that conscious ability. They're literally created to heal themselves. Every human being.
Absolutely.
So I believe in that.
Yeah.
And I know that your breath taps you into your higher self. And it breaks through the fight or flight reactionary mode.
I look at the human body almost as like it's a computer system, right? Our brain, they're pattern recognition systems, and you can hack computer systems. Like you put in certain codes. Well, our breath is the code for the computer system. Like let's say the Wim Hof breathing method, or there's this.
Oh man, you do it?
The Tumo, yeah, I've got it.
Do you
The
do
Tumo
it?
breathing method.
No, I
God.
do all the other. Yeah.
We could do a podcast
We
with
need
just
to
Wim
do
Hof
that.
breath,
Yeah.
you know?
I've done it
Seriously.
before, but yes. we need
Listen,
to.
I would
Let's
do it every morning.
Yeah.
You know what else we did every morning? Was we'll do the breath of fire,
Breath of fire, I do.
We'll put a 2-minute clock on, and we'll just go. For 2 minutes, and all of a sudden you've stoked your center, this molten lava sun I tell everyone about. I'm reminding them that this solar sun has always been there, will always be there, no matter whether they do.
What do you feel after that? What do you feel after the 2 minutes? What do you feel after the next day?
Fire in your gut.
You feel that real fire?
You feel a real...
do you put intention anywhere when you're doing that breath, or are you just focusing on the breath itself?
My intention is drawing the earth and the sun
into that one space.
into that one space. And then that space expands out to that column. Goes through here, goes through both legs, goes through both arms, all appendages. And so that rainbow light is going through, but every breath in, all the earth is coming back up out to the sun. And then the exhale already is the sun, filling my body up. Oh, with all that unconditional love. Not if I'm good enough, rich enough, smart enough, beautiful enough. No, you're divine right. You are sovereign, and free.
And you always
to be
were.
You.
Yeah, you always were. It's just your belief that you weren't. Somebody taught you that you weren't. Somebody taught you that you got. There's only a certain amount you can do. And like for me, I'm personally working through some of my own limiting beliefs about I was raised pretty poor, so like when we would talk about having money, we always thought, man, it was like we don't need more than we need. We just need enough, and that we'd be fine if we had enough. And lo and behold, it's like here I am later in life. I have enough. And it's like, and I realized, I was like, and it's not like I didn't want more. It's just that my belief was I only needed a certain amount. And so even though I was like, I want to be rich and I want to be this and I want to be that, it's like, I also convinced myself the journey wasn't about the money, which it's not about the money, but the money is part of the journey. It's like part of the energy that's exchanged. Just like, relationships have energies that's exchanged. Money is just an exchange of energy. A different way to get things done. You could also spend time with somebody and have them get those things done for you too, or you could just give them money. It's just energy. So when you take away the evilness of money, money's the root of all evil. Well, then that's saying energy is the root of all evil, and that's just it's your mind is the root of all evil if you let it be.
Exactly.
And so my limiting belief is my ability to have more. It's like I've always had exactly what I need, exactly when I need it. I've never gone without, but I've always spent time stressing about it. And it's like I can believe something different, and lo and behold, as I change my belief pattern, like something different is happening, and it's quite the amazing journey. But it's
yeah. And we also collect energy from other people. We have our thoughts and our limiting beliefs and our entrained thoughts, or what we've learned in childhood, and we also do as empaths collect the energy of others at the same time that were probably created from thoughts. Nevertheless, those energy forms become certain entities that also, we work on clearing. But so, you're working with all sorts of things that you don't even realize until you start clearing them, and you're like, oh, wow, I didn't know I collected all these things.
Well, that's the thing, is you don't know what you don't know. And it's like, part of having somebody like Godfrey come show us and teach us these things is because, I didn't know, I feel like I wouldn't say enlightened, but I mean, I try to read. I try to look at different information. I try to be observant to what's going on around me. But it's like there's so many modalities out there. There's so many things that really do work. But the reason they don't work for you is just a limiting belief that you don't necessarily believe they work for you. But there's if you do believe in these things, like for me personally, like I learned something today that I had a limiting belief in, like the power that was within. That I felt so much more power by just leaning into this experience, being present to it, and not letting my mind say this is not right. No, this is not. This can't be, or nothing's going to happen from this. It's like I let myself believe something could happen from this, and let's see what it was. And lo and behold, what a miraculous! Like what an amazing day! And
cool.
It is true. It's our own resistance that we're working with. It's our own resistance we end up seeing. It's like, oh, that's my resistance.
But when you get that
trigger.
light, when you get that frequency, when you get like Dana's healing sessions are, every time she does a massage, it's pure light afterwards, pure energy, electricity.
So Godfrey is the expert in the circle, and I asked Godfrey. I said, "Well, who works on Godfrey?" And he said, "Dana."
So call Dana every week, and you'll be the happiest soul in all of Vegas, baby. I'm serious. This is really good.
Well, I thank you a ton for coming on and doing this and giving me this session
thank
today.
you so much.
We like to like wrap things up and like
Yeah.
see like different rabbit holes, different things that you might be interested in that
Oh,
you know
yeah.
that doesn't even have to do with modalities, just doesn't have to do with spirituality. It can be whatever. Just what's
Any
something
last
interesting?
thoughts?
Anything?
Rabbit holes.
The rabbit hole I know is that every answer is already inside of you. Your sigh helps you consciously connect with it and then intercellularly assimilate it. So the more you let go, the more you can fill up with love.
Beautiful. That's beautiful.
That's awesome.
So you guys.
And everyone knows that.
Yeah. I pulled this sacrifice card. She has a rainbow, so I feel like I'm just going with this rainbow, and she looks like she's from
How about the
Aloha,
fall?
Hawaii. I feel like water and aloha in Hawaii. And you know what was funny was I shuffled the cards, I pulled this, and I was like, I'm not sure if I'm actually feeling that for us today. And I reshuffled, and guess what came right back?
Same one.
No.
Yeah,
No.
was her. So that's why I'm bringing this
Yeah,
up
you gotta
right
bring
now.
that one up.
So this beautiful aloha sister with her rainbow light is bringing some of this in for us too today.
Well, it's good to bring it up.
Let us, yeah.
That's what is letting go of pain and suffering as an energy source and just replacing it with your breath of unconditional love.
Yes.
That's like the essence
Yes.
of them enlightening, empowering, healing themselves, all while they're relaxing.
Right. Perfect. That's perfect. So where can we find you, Godfrey?
Also, I'm at 818-438-2888. I also have a website, and it's bodylightnow.com.
Body Light Now. And you're on Facebook.
I'm on Facebook under John Godfrey. Yeah.
John Godfrey,
And
Facebook.
we'd love to invite everyone to the Gladius Horse Ranch tomorrow night for a sunset Qigong meditation with the Gladius horses. It is extraordinary.
Yeah.
Which tomorrow night is what's the date?
Today's the 23rd, the equinox.
So
I think it's
Tomorr's the
Sunday the
24th.
24.
So this
September
might be out
24th.
after that,
6
but
o'clock.
we are
Oh, that's
all,
right.
but we are
I will
very frequently we do circles there.
Yes.
So please stay connected
Well, if
with
you do-
us if you would like to join.
And I'm heading to Los Angeles for a healing tour for about a month. And I'll be back here again
Los Angeles.
in LA about a month to a month and a half.
And then back to Vegas.
Then back to Vegas.
Oh, perfect.
So we'll have another one.
Okay.
And
And
see how
brilliant.
you expanded.
So we don't
Brilliant.
waste the shout out to Gladius, the show. They've got a horse show coming up
Oh.
on October 28th. It's going to be at the Gladius, the show.
It's a huge show.
Ranch.
It is so amazing.
They're doing acrobatics off of horse, like it's Cirque du Soleil stuff, like off the back of horses. It's really dangerous. It's high level.
Bolting,
Incredible.
Fire, flamethrower.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's all the stuff. So if you guys are interested in something like that, check it out. And after this, so we're gonna do the interview first. So after this interview, we're gonna put the Qigong session that we did on here. So if you want to see how that works and what that looks like and how John walks us through it, or sorry, so Godfrey walks us through that, then feel free to tune in for that. And thanks for listening.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Mahalo, mahalo, mahalo. Danke, danke, danke.
Merci, merci, merci. We are going to do a Qigong circle, fall equinox, happy equinox, Qigong circle with the amazing, beautiful light Godfrey, my beautiful son Soren, our beautiful DJ, and our beautiful Alethea is here with us in spirit today. So happy balancing day. We're just going to bring in lots of love with Godfrey today. So welcome in, welcome in.
Today's that fall equinox when we harvest all the hard work, all the tough times, and we thank it all, forgive it all, and imagine breathing in the wisdom of all of your life force. And on the exhale, you just kind of tighten it up and just drop it in the earth. Break the pose. Viewing every event of your life as what was supposed to have happened. So we breathe in the wisdom of every event, drawing in molten lava from the center of the earth, primary waters, and you share it all with the sun. And the sun showers you with all more light. And we share it through us to the earth. Nice. Inviting a miracle healing for everyone of the 5th dimension and above. So we're going to check our aura. We're going to see all the events, love them, thank them, forgive them, breathe in the wisdom from them, and love for yourself and them to tighten up, pass how it made you feel. Tap, tap, tap on the hips, and you just drop it. So, left side represents all female. So, just for today, we're to thank and we're to forgive every female, good, bad, beautiful, ugly, for all they did. We're going to breathe in the wisdom and all we did. We're going to forgive all who hurt, wounded, scarred, betrayed, abandoned, backstabbed you in any way, shape, or form. Make a fist at the top. Flick it. Now play with it. Feet. And just imagine we all bring back the sun. Purifying, cleansing, healing, whole. One with the earth again. A walking column of light. So the right side represents men. So imagine we breathe in the wisdom from all who've hurt, wounded, scarred, competed, compared. Grab it, make a fist, flick it to the universe. See ya. Much rather love you. So all's forgiven, all's forgiven, and then we just bring back even more love and light for them, you, all involved. Remembering that first and foremost, you're divine and perfect as is. Now, all power struggles, anything that's blocking your energy from being connected to that earth and the sun, today we thank it, we forgive it, breathe in the wisdom of it, lock it down beyond how it made us feel. We tap, 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 pull it away, drop it like a mic, and they're free, you're free, everyone's free. Now the heart. Today we forgive all who hurt, all who wounded us, who scarred us, who betrayed us, who didn't feed, nurture, or love us the way we wanted to be loved. Today we thank them. We forgive them, we release them. And imagine lifting that out of your heart, your body, your lungs, all pain and suffering. Grab it, make a fist pass how that felt, and drop it. Shake it out. Remembering that you actually are the light of the world already. So what we're doing is clearing the way to shine that light. Now the throat and third eye. Imagine today we forgive all people who've ever competed, compared, stopped us from speaking our truth, or said we were wrong. Today we thank them all, forgive them all. We open this chakra. Remember, it's actually just a column of light. Thanking it, breathing in its wisdom, loving it. Tighten up past how it made you feel. All right, play. Bring back unconditional love for you, them, all involved, and the whole earth, and all humanity, and all animals, moving swimmers, crawlers. Love, unconditional love, full spectrum rainbow. Pulling up that molten lava, now you add in water, primary water. So you're pulling up the molten lava from the earth and the primary water, and it's literally pushing your hands up. And you share it with the sun. And on the exhale, the sun showers you with so much light. It's even brighter and lighter and easier. Now the high heart and the crown. Anything's blocking you from connecting with the earth and sun. Exactly as you need to heal yourself, consciously, peacefully, truthfully, lovingly, is thanked, forgiven, seen, loved, and we lift. Breathe in, love them, you, oh, so much. that you're letting everything, everyone off the hook. And now it's pulling more love. Nice. Now, I want to kind of imagine we're pulling up Earth's light and love, molten lava, primary water, but you want to learn how to root in. The quickest way to root in is take your hands' intentions, your breath, and spiral it inward. Nice. And then the other leg inward. Now, this is your sword. Your thumb hits your finger and ring finger, and it makes a circle. Now all your energy is swirling. Now your intention strengthens with your side. Do it in all four directions. And then diagonally. Now, not only have 10 toes, 2 feet, you have 8 and 8, 16. It's 28 points filling you up with more light and love than all stories did or didn't do. So now we're rooted in and bring your weight forward onto that left foot. Now imagine gathering from the sun, from your foot and hands, all that light and share it with the earth. And circle it. One breath, one move. And you're going to share it at the end, all of it with Mother Earth. So she gets to experience all of your life. And circle the other way. The more we share, the more we let go, the more room we make for fun, for love, unconditional. Kick it out. Now, someone describe, what's that foot feel like? Comparatively.
Light.
It's got more energy.
Yeah. I'm feeling more heat.
Woo.
Now the other foot. You're playing middle person. The lighter, the more. There's no right or wrong way to do it. There's only your breath connecting with your hands, your feet, your mind, your soul, your heart. Now circle it. And when you're circling and doing these rotations, you're practicing receiving this heaven, the sun's energy, and giving it to the earth. And also receiving, turning the other way, and the earth's energy is filling you up and you're giving to the sun. Nice. Last one. Kick it out. Beautiful. Now imagine just dipping into the earth's love, light, molten lava, primary waters, and fill it up through you to the sun. And the sun brings back to you even more light. For you, your family, your friends. Nice. Beautiful. Now what's it feel like?
Good.
Good. Alright, so now we're going to start balancing the brain with the heart and your feet. So now what if Earth fills your foot and your hand up with so much love, light, peace, and you share it all with the other foot. They're both being filled up and emptied. Nice. Beautiful. Now bring to you this light. Imagine drawing from the earth, molten lava, primary waters, unconditional love, and then from the sun, simultaneously, you're stretching down to receive down and receive up And you're going to bring it down through you and exchange it. Nice. Perfect. Now, in this circle we're creating while we're doing this, your columns of light now are merging with those other three. And they're actually brighter. And we exchange the earth through. Nice. And the sun, already in the side, it is a perpetual calm light moving through. Nice. Now, if you put a spiral to it, you're practicing with that part of the earth that is always spinning. The more you start to spin with, for, nice. The more you'll always hold your energy in any situation to be healed, whole, loving, unconditionally loving with yourself. Now bring it together in a little ball of light in front, or is it a column of light? I don't know. Could be both. Imagine bringing it into your center and dropping it off into your dantian. And then share it down all into the earth. Shake it out. Nice. Now we're just going to use your imagination filling this ball of light up. And letting go. Pulling up your arches, meaning you got those 10 toes, those 16 roots, filling you, the room, the city, the country, with unconditional love, connected from the earth up to the sun. And the sun brings back even more light. Nice. Now just imagine drawing in all the beauty, all the love, the light of the sun, and you drop it off into your center. And the other hand gathers more unconditional love, light, full spectrum rainbow from the earth and the sky, connecting you on this fall equinox, where we let the past go and we simply love unconditionally. Ourselves, our friends, our family, all humans, all animals, winged ones, swimmers. Now, draw from the earth, the sun, pull that ball of light. Imagine circling around it. A ball of light. And you're pulling up still 49 points and down of the sun to the earth into your hand. And letting it all go. Nice. And circle the other way. Nice. So we're bringing this unconditional love to ourselves. With the earth, for the earth. With the sun, for the sun. I'll take this light, drop it off into your center. Share it down into the earth. Give it all to Mother Earth. Break the pose. Now imagine we're just going to use the sun, love, light, unconditional, truth, and bring it and open in the heart or opening your wings, and then you're going to flip it over and let it all go. And open your wings from behind. Open it up, open the heart, and sharing it all. So that you're literally making room for more love for yourself and then everyone else. Now take it, drop it off into your center. See what that feels like. The simplest move of Qigong you can do is literally imagine your hands are drawing in all that full spectrum rainbow from the molten lava and the crystal rainbow from the water, the primary waters, and you just exchange it back down into it. Nice, very good. Spiraling, yeah. Spiraling helps you be a part of it consciously. And the exhale is the spiraling it back. Purified, cleansed, healed, or whole. You're pulling up your arches, your perineum on every breath in. And it raises your shoulders to your ears. And on the exhale, your shoulders drop. And again. Nice job, son. Perfect. Now roll that neck as you're doing it. And get it all back. Breathe in unconditional love. Shake it out. Make a big fist. Lick it. Call back. Unconditional love, light, fifth dimension above, full spectrum, natural rainbow. For the earth, all animals, winged and swimmers, crawlers, stone beings, and compliant beings. Nice. You are the light of the world, and you actually have always been. So just imagine now, we want to open our hands to feel energy even more. We could imagine creating a molten lava pool right below your fingers and another one below your toes. Imagine with your intention, you take your middle finger and middle toe and you dip it. All the pain, tightness, anger, rage, fury, worry, stress, guilt, shame, sadness, and loneliness might be caught in that little finger. You send that middle finger and middle toe down into it. When you breathe in, you pull up from those two fingers and two toes all that golden lava, molten lava, through those lines of energy. Then you're gonna do your pinky and pinky toe. And you're really stretching it. And thumb, big toe. First ring. Stretching those fingers out. We want to get them separated. Middle finger, middle toe. Pinky, pinky toe. Thumb and big toe. First and ring. Middle. So you're individually opening each line of energy, pinky, with each breath. First and ring. Now, turn your hands together. Now feel how much more you can actually feel this energy that you have always been and will always be. For each person is divine and perfect as is. But it's also, each person has done it perfectly. So, with that, we want to breathe in the wisdom of all the past so we don't carry it anymore. We want to open up to the moment. The moment is breathing in love for yourself, unconditionally, and your family, friends, humans, animals, winged. Share it with the sun. And on that sun, or sigh, that sun is filling you with more light, more love than every story or event was ever happening in your life. You just bring it in, share it. When the sun comes down through you, now, imagine you're going to draw in the earth, the sun, the stars, the mountains, beauty, and you're going to share it all with your other hand. And the other hand, It's going to gather more love, more light, more beauty, and share it with you. So you're practicing literally what life is all about. You're receiving and you're giving. That is what's constant in the world. The more you feel it, be a part of it, body, mind, soul, then the more everything fills you up because you're a column of light. Standing here doing Qigong. Now you're getting some appendages go, ooh, maybe we are. I'm not sure. But this just tends to
444.
gather up this ball of light we were playing with. So all this chi that we were whirling and gathering and letting go is right here in your hands. So now, after praying and playing with the earth like this, what time are we supposed to finish? 5 minutes?
Oh, this portion of the Qigong circle?
Well, so let's go ahead and grab this ball of light and column of light that you've been playing with this whole time. It's full spectrum rainbow white. And just imagine showering it around you, your entire aura. And then your other hand, before you breathe out, pulls it back, and the other hand lets go. The center. Now this hand's going to bring this light around and say, I want only that which comes from unconditional love, light, peace, and the highest good for you and all. And the other hand has to bring it back and bring it back to center. Nice. Good. Try it again. Filling your aura up with this connected from the earth and the sun. In every way, you just pull it. It's like a push me, pull you.
Push me, pull you.
Yeah.
DJ and I and Alethea always text each other 1111 222 333. So right when I looked at it, it was 444. So
It's an aston numbers.
Yeah.
We have 4 together.
Yes.
We're all masters.
And that's-
Thank you, 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 thank you. So all this chi we're playing with, we're going to condense it now. Fire it up. Imagine. Letting go. Any obstacles from you healing yourself right now from unconditional love, forgiveness, and more unconditional love. And we let it go. Now imagine taking to your third eye all this chi and dropping off this rainbow light knowing. Still pulling up and down 49 points of unconditional love through your body. Pulling away any obstacles from you seeing the truth that you are divine and perfect as is. Grab anything that blocks you from thinking that, capture in a fist. Anytime the thought comes through other than that of pure love for yourself, flick it, play with it, clap, fire it up, and bring back more love and light. Now this time we're going to bring it to our ears. And just bring it through all this chi we bring into our ears. And we share it all the way through the earth. And grab any obstacles. Make a fist, toss it. Bring back unconditional love, light, peace, all of your life force. Purify, cleanse, heal, whole for you and the planet. And all beings on it. Nice. Beautiful, huh? Yeah. Now, one more time, we'll clap our hands, fire it up. I want you to make a fist. Flick. Bring back to your ears love, light, make a vacuum. And twist it off, make a fist, flick it. Now, bring back more light, more love, more wisdom from all experiences of your life. As it pops, you're lifting away the old thoughts, the old fears, the doubts, the worries, thanking them all, breathing in its wisdom, loving them, you, all involved. And just pop it out, grab it, toss it. Bring back even more love. More love to the ears. Create that vacuum. Toss that. Now, bring back all the universe's love, light down through you, and hold it across your belly. And it's a ball of light, but it's also a column. And see it rolling across your entire torso. All this connected light, connected energy is now rolling across your center, igniting your core exactly as you need to heal yourself instantaneously. Grab anything that isn't lit up exactly as you need to heal yourself. Take a fist, blockages, toss it, blow. Bring back even more light. 88,888 times that light. And this time, bring it around your whole body. And imagine drawing from the earth to the sun. And the sun back. Spiraling down into the earth. Full spectrum rainbow. All the love, all the light. Now, take this chi and imagine now pulling that sun into your hands, and you cup your body everywhere. Unconditional love, peace, joy, harmony, full spectrum rainbow of light. Every spot you can hit. You're cupping in wisdom, peace, truth, gratitude, forgiveness, forgiveness. And then just wash the alarms off. Check it out. The final one we'll do today as we bring this fall equinox ceremony of miracle healings for all. We're going to imagine drawing from the earth, molten lava, primary waters, full spectrum rainbow up to the sun. And on the exhale, we're going to bring sun down. You're spiraling in your hand is this tornado. They're pulling from the earth now. Share it all with the sun. Make a fist. Flick it. Blow. Bring back even more light. More love around you. Do even for you. Last one. Gather all the love, all the light, all the beauty, all the nature, the waterways, the mountains' energy. Share it. Make a fist. All blockages from feeling it are set free. And more love and light for the earth, the waterways, the animals, for you, your families, lovers, friends. Earth and Earth's heart. The last one. All pain, suffering, anger, rage, fury on the planet, on any being we invite to go into the light today. As we lift it away, we tighten up through how it makes us feel, maybe how Earth feels, and say, sorry. Let's clear it. Now, bring the sunlight to purify, cleanse, heal Mother Earth and all the scars within all of us with love. Unconditional, overflowing, infinite, and divine. Once again, gather from the earth, the sun, bring it together. And take this ball of light, and you want to go left hand first, men want to go right hand first. And bring your hand on top, yours is left, and then you're on top.
Yours is right.
Mm-hmm. So what we're doing is we're capping in this connectedness, this oneness, this column of light walking from this moment on. Everything you do really is designed by you to have enlightened, empowered, relaxed, and healed you. Today you just made that whole with your cells, bones, organs, and muscles, and your breath. That's what Qigong is about. Qi is energy, Qigong is movement with your breath.
Thank you so much.
Mahalo,
Thank
mahalo,
you.
mahalo. Danke, danke, danke.
Merci, merci, merci.
Domegato, domegato. Shishini, shishini, shishini.
Ta-da, 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 ta-da. Gracias, 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 gracias.
All words of gratitude. Thanking all for this divine and miracle healing now.
Thank you, Godfrey. Thank you so much.